When you release the Kraken in green.
God, a Borg Kraken. Is that what you're releasing?
No, it just happened. Really, I'm going to talk about it.
Does red light mean it's working? Great show, and there was nothing there.
Let's see if we should try to get our introductions in tonight, huh?
I just want to make sure it's... Look at this and just tell me... You got to get over by there and tell me, is it counting up?
Yeah, I can see it counting up.
Okay, then it's recording.
Yeah, if we don't know...
If
it doesn't, then we don't know what it looks like when it's recording by now. We got a problem. Jeez.
I'm just being paranoid.
Yeah, well, we did have a couple incidents, but whatever.
Huh?
Yeah. We had a couple incidents, you know.
What do you mean?
Well, we had one episode that didn't record.
I thought you meant tonight.
We talked like for 4 hours and it didn't record.
And evidently, we must have done a really short one because I was just editing one. It was only half hour long.
Wow. It's hard to believe.
Right?
Right. I don't know how that happened. I guess we're following our own advice and doing things a little shorter.
Nope, right? I'm working on...
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm working on.
Well, geez, here we are. Here we are again. Hello, everyone. My name is Nancy.
Well, see, are you ahead of schedule?
I don't know. I'm trying to do a standard introduction. We've been.
I know, but are we at the introductions yet?
I don't know.
Did we have the opening?
No, we're doing intro babble, and
okay.
We're doing intro babble. That's what the schedule says.
I was behind.
See, I'm trying to follow the 1 minute requirement for intro babble, and I've segued into my name, and it's the first time maybe in over a year I've said my own name at the introduction. So
you said it many times at the introduction.
Whatever.
You always say, "Hi, my name is
Nancy,"
and I say, "Hello, my name is Juan Pierre."
You do not. Well, as long as you don't call yourself Juan Pablo.
Mi nombre Juan Pierre.
Hey, folks.
Also known as Escado.
El Scotto.
There's no Scott in Spanish, actually.
Welcome to the Trophies Are for Winners podcast.
There is no Scott in Spanish. The first Spanish class I took, whenever we wrote our names down, and our teacher came back with all of our names, and I asked her about mine, because I thought it was weird. She said there is no name translation for Scott, so she gave me Fidel.
Fidel, as in like Fidel Castro?
Exactly.
Oh, geez. So you've been a supervillain since day one.
That's 7th grade. I've been fucking Fidel since 7th grade. I'm like, how does Fidel Scott?
My Spanish name was Graciela.
Like Grace or something like that.
We got to pick our name. They never took our. They never took.
You came one from one of those good hoity-toity rescues, didn't you?
I picked Graciela.
A bougie rescue where you got to give her own name.
Me duerme mi espalda. That's what my Spanish teacher used to say all the time. My back hurts. Me duerme mi espalda. Oh, me duerme mi espalda.
Oh my God.
Yeah. What's your favorite Spanish?
My brain is going to start hurting.
What's your favorite Spanish phrase?
Ay, puppy.
Ay, puppy.
Ay, puppy.
God, oh dear God. I don't want to know.
Very useful. Applicable in many situations.
Right. I think I could possibly get myself to the bathroom and get myself to the biblioteca because of that volleyball movie. Or no, dodgeball, not volleyball.
Everybody wants to take a shit in the library.
Donde está la biblioteca?
En el baño.
Oh, okay. Well, we've segued into taking a shit. So I'm gonna tell you something since we talk about releasing the Kraken every now and then. I have this thing where I like to try different sodas, and I've talked about various sodas over the podcast. And
not since about 4 episodes ago.
I discovered I was in
Future.
3000
or whatever the fuck. it was.
The Space Coke, which
Space Coke.
Coke, Or Future Coke. No, it was Future Coke. What does the future taste like?
Yeah, but we still ended up calling it Space Coke.
We've also had Space Coke. But so I'm in a gas station and I see it's like buy 2 get 1 free sodas, and it's only the Fanta brand, right? So Fanta ironically had a really good 0 sugar, and it was their mystery flavor, and so it was like this sort of purplish color, and it had a really neat label on it, and it was like, guess our mystery flavor, whatever. So I bought 1, and then later I went back and I bought more because it was delicious. But how many
episodes are to this story?
I still have no idea what the flavor actually is, but listen to what happens. So I decide to take a bottle of this on a road trip I had for work earlier this week, where I had to drive to Fargo, and then I had to stop at our Fargo branch office and have a big meeting with people. And when I got out of the car in Fargo, I went to put my lipstick on, and I realized my teeth were green. Just like Grinch green. Like I looked like a monster. And I'm like, oh no, I've got to go into this meeting, with green teeth. And then later in the day, I realized that it was also coming out green, out of my body green. I was horrified. I'm like, this beverage wasn't green. It was purple. How is it coming out green? My teeth and other
but did it
on the excrement? Green excrement. I'm in poop green.
Did it also smell like asparagus?
No, it didn't. It has a delicious it has like a black raspberry taste to it. Well, not the soda.
Gross.
The soda, the mystery flavor soda. It had
black raspberry.
Yeah,
you better get your blood checked.
What is it? It's like a boysenberry taste, but it was really good flavor. But it's somehow coming out green. It's weird.
In both cups?
No, just the
2 girls in a cup.
Yeah. Anyway, so if listeners, if you're out there and you've found the 0 mystery flavor, someone right now is like listening and empathizing with me. They're like, I poop green too after drinking that.
I can't wait to listen back to this.
Green.
Because I feel like I woke up and it's fucking some kind of Annabelle nightmare.
Yeah. Well, anyways, that was literally my pop topic for today because it's soda. It's pop topic.
Oh, I figured that was your intro.
No intro and introductions. And now I'm going to do, every once in a while we do an unboxing.
I was going to say that's fine because you know what? I don't have a pop.
You don't have a pop topic? You're supposed to brainstorm one.
You know what? I thought I did.
Well, allow me
go ahead. We can multitask.
To do my unboxing. I'm unboxing tonight because McDonald's is back on good Happy Meal prizes. They're celebrating the 100th anniversary of Disney. And so Disney, Pixar, Marvel, and Star Wars have gotten together and put together multiple little tiny action figures.
It's about time those kids got to know each other.
Yeah. They've got all these little action figures here in this nice little
Disney
box.
And Pixel and Marvel.
And what they've been kind of doing is they've been putting kind of a male figure in and a female figure in. And so I'm unboxing now. I'm going to put it by the microphone here. So
love shack.
And there's 2. So I'm pulling out the first one. And it's wrapped.
I got Maleficent! Holy fuck. I got
Maleficent! This is so good. You have no idea.
I can't wait to edit this. I'm not sure how I'm
going to. Oh my God. And then I got the Black Captain Marvel. What's his name again?
You mean Captain
the Black
America?
Captain America, yeah.
Yeah, Captain America.
I got. Oh yeah. Sorry. He is Captain America. I'm sorry. I thought he had a different name.
You're fucking. Hang on, I gotta settle my dog down.
This is the absolute best. I got Maleficent. The only thing better if I had gotten Loki tonight. That would have been awesome if I pulled out Loki because Loki's one of the.
You'd never let Loki pull
up. Oh, you're right about that. Oh, I think we could have some infinity lovemaking me and Loki. Yeah. Keep the horns on, baby.
Oh, thank God I'm high.
I am so excited right now. You have no idea how excited I am that I got Maleficent.
I'm happy for you.
So
we want to talk about muffins?
We went a little bit more. Well, we've segued into Tom Hiddleston, and interesting. This is interesting. I discovered this. I sent you the link. Tom Hiddleston is married to Zawe Ashton.
Engaged, I believe.
Yeah, they're engaged. Zawe Ashton, who played Durban the Kree in the Marvels. What are you pointing at, Sylvie? Yeah, I know. Darban. She's Zawe Ashton.
Let's had her on the wrong page.
They've been together a few years now. But they've been together since 2019, and they have a child together, and now they're engaged to be married. And so I was kind of looking her up and trying to figure what else she's been on. And she's been on many UK shows. She's British. And she played Una on 3 episodes of The Handmaid's Tale. So if you watched Handmaid's Tale, you saw her on that. She was also on a 2014 Doctor Who episode, but they don't say what episode. Like, I wasn't able to track it down.
I'm going to pull her up.
Yeah. And Tom and her met on the Broadway revival of a show called Betrayal, where they played husband and wife. So that was pretty cool. I thought...
Yeah, he was on The Late Show last night. Did you see it?
Tom Hiddleston was? I did not. Ooh, I'll have to watch that recap.
Oh, see, that stinks now. Okay.
What did he say? Anything?
Well, nothing. I figured everything you were talking about was because you watched the episode last night.
No.
Because I forgot what the starting thing was, what you were talking about.
Yeah, okay.
And I was thinking, I don't say, wouldn't that be funny? I come in and go, hey, did you see her on Late Show last night? And you go, that's what I'm fucking talking about, you idiot.
I'm gonna need you to help carry this sometimes. Every once in a while, you have to help carry the podcast.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying.
I've even sent you stuff. I've sent you stuff to look at.
I'm trying.
And then you ignore me. Okay.
No. You know what? Well, you know what you don't do in email and text messages? Respond with a final message that says thanks. That's what you don't do that. That's rude. If somebody sends you something and you're thankful for it, you just fine. But just don't throw another goddamn email in my inbox that the only thing in it is thanks.
Oh, well, okay.
So that's why I'm telling you that.
All right. Duly noted. Well, let's, now that we're
It's like eating continental style, where it kind of looks like you're all grubbing hungry over the plate, but it's actually considered the most civilized way to hold a knife and fork.
That's hard. I've tried doing that. That's British. We don't do that shit.
I know.
Here.
You just need to watch a few more episodes of Downton Abbey, and you get it down flat. That's how I got it.
I hated Downton Abbey. I can't deal.
See,
I just hated that show.
I watched it so I get on my table etiquette.
No. Okay. Well. So let's talk about the Marvels. We went to see the Marvels. We went actually even before opening night. We went on a preview night, and unfortunately with the Marvels, did we talk
about Loki already?
No, we're transitioning from Zawe Ashton into the Marvels. Okay. First, we're talking about the Marvels. Are you okay with that?
I'm fine.
Okay, all right.
I'll just.
So,
we'll adapt.
I was expecting a huge crowd for a Marvel movie, and it was very lightly attended. And so, I think what they're saying, about the sales, not good on this show. Just this kind of unfortunate, because I thought it was a good movie personally.
Yeah, and I liked it. I thought it wasn't the worst thing that Marvel has put up in the last 5 years. Wasn't the best, but it was good.
Yeah, I thought it was good. I am
no reason to bitch about it online. Kind of good,
No, I mean, what's going on here?
YouTube's really, there's some out there calling, like YouTube, calling it quite the basically trash and garbage and blah blah blah.
There's no way it was a bad movie. Was it the best movie ever made? Maybe not, but and I know you had some issues with Darban. You didn't think she was a very good villain. I did.
I thought she was just weak.
A little weak.
I mean, and the stupid thing about her being weak was that she was actually stronger than Captain Marvel, basically kicking her ass. And it's like, wait a minute, Captain Marvel was like thumping Thanos around like it was nothing. What's this little chick with the hammer got?
Yeah. Well, she had one bangle. And that turned out to be her undoing, was the search for that second bangle, right?
Yeah, you can pull it out the hanger, but you gotta know how to wear it.
Yeah, right. I will say this. It was a strange concept of making a warrior from this planet the villain, because actually she was fighting to better her planet. And I just watched.
Yeah, but it was a shit planet anyway. You know,
one of the Krees,
yeah.
the Kree planet. So she, but I listened to this really interesting nerd type guy talk, and he was saying they got him on his own show, and he's like, so this planet is losing its sun. It doesn't have any sun. It can't sustain life anymore. But yet everybody's just walking around having a good old time, like nothing's going wrong. And he had a real point. I was like, well, that makes a lot of sense. Why? I mean, if your planet
it doesn't. Why would they just be standing there not doing a lot of stuff?
Well, if their planet is dying and it doesn't have water, how come they're all still on that planet? Like, they maybe should have evacuated that planet and then tried to rebuild it.
They only know how to go to other dimensions. They don't know how to go to other planets.
That's just weird. They can go to another planet and another dimension.
It's a problem with scaling.
Scaling. Well, so and I think at the end of the movie, or the next day, I said to you, Darben needed to ask.
To be clear, this was a phone call or something like that. She
just needed to ask Captain Marvel for help, because apparently Captain Marvel was able to rectify the sun situation pretty easily. Like, she just flew into the sun and
yeah, right.
Isn't that kind of strange?
Yeah, I thought
she
about
just
that.
flew into the sun. If she's got some serious powers, if she could do that, she's not just possibly a superhero. She's possibly a god if she can fly into the sun and survive.
That's what Loki's new name is, by the way.
God Loki?
Yep.
Oh, well, we got to talk about that a little later.
Just throwing that in there.
Yeah, well,
yep.
Okay.
He officially becomes God Loki.
Yeah, God Loki.
God Loki.
Right. So, personally, I will say this. I did enjoy the trio.
It kind of did have a shit storyline, didn't it?
Well,
I mean, now that I'm sitting here listening to you again, I'm kind of going, the movie was good in that the effects were spectacular. The story was kind of crap.
The plot was a little bit odd. The plot was odd.
Light.
But I will say this about the plot. It did make sense. It made sense, which sometimes it doesn't, and I appreciated that it made sense.
Well, there was no time involved, was there? No. Just jumping from one place to another.
Right. Well, right.
Just speaking about shit that it's going to make sense.
But let me tell you what. Let me tell you what is happening with Marvel movies. Marvel movies and TV shows are just a vessel to deliver another Marvel TV show. Because, look at what they did. They never had a Captain Marvel 2. They went straight to the series, Ms. Marvel. And they set that up to segue into this movie, The Marvels.
That's that's Captain Marvel 2, by the way.
Oh, okay.
We just watched it.
All right. Yeah, it is, but they're not calling it that.
Well, because
they're calling it that.
Because they are part of the grander
scheme.
Well, of Miss Marvel, Captain America, and.
But again, I didn't watch Miss Marvel, and so I felt like at the beginning of the Marvels that I was a little bit out of it in regards to what was happening, and I don't like feeling that way. I don't like that I have to absolutely watch everything to segue into the next movie.
Oh, okay.
And now even including the closing credits of the mid-credits scene at the end of the Marvels.
So you don't like having to see what happened in the one before you see the other?
I don't know. It's just
Have you ever heard of this television show called Days of Our Lives? Do you watch said show?
I'm watching it most of my life, yeah.
Okay. So would you like to go back about 15 seconds? Redo
No.
I don't like having to watch this before I watch that.
I don't like the timey-wimey stuff. But
you mean before being before now?
Before
later?
Days is actually doing that. They have these little Peacock shows now called Beyond Salem or some other version,
I'm so
and then
sorry
you have to watch that to understand sometimes what's going on in the episodes. And I just don't like that. It's just a marketing scheme.
All good intentions.
It's all a marketing scheme. Well, okay, but let's talk about the absolute best part of the Marvels,
end.
No, the Flurkin kittens. Those kittens.
The Flurkin Flurkins.
The Flurkins. That was the funniest. That was one of the funniest scenes I've ever seen in any movie.
Do not be alarmed.
Anywhere.
Stand still. The cats will not hurt you.
Sucking up the people and to transport them. That was brilliant. That was absolutely brilliant. And you know what was even more brilliant was the fact that they were playing Memory. They were playing Memory in the background from Cats.
Because it was from Cats.
It's from the movie.
That's because they did a plague.
Do you know who sings Memory in Cats? A trivia here for you. Which cat sings Memory?
Sandra Bernhard.
Possibly if she was in one of the shows. Yeah. No. It's.
I never saw Cats.
You never saw Cats?
We had this exact same conversation when we left the theater.
Memories.
Oh, but where's the volume here?
It's Grizabella.
It's here somewhere. I can find the volume. There it is.
It's Grizabella the glamour cat. That was the answer.
Oh my God, how did I not know
great.
that?
It's about Memory is about this cat that's reflecting, an old cat that's reflecting back on her storied childhood or teenhood or whatever it is when she was the glamour cat.
Yeah, she was a little cat. She got all 3 seconds of memory. I mean, goldfish have like 2.
Well, I thought that was the best. There was one comment made about this movie.
You get mad about having to remember something from one episode to the next, and here you're like, oh, I love how they just took something from not from another play or TV show or version of this, but a play.
Well, I'll tell you what, the millennial kids probably don't know. Yeah. But Gen Y doesn't know, but we do. It was a Gen X joke. Now, someone commented online that they didn't think there was enough Nick Fury in this movie, and I agree with that. There was hardly any Nick Fury.
I thought there was a shitload of Nick Fury. I didn't really think there was going to be any.
You thought we got more?
I was impressed with the amount that we got, because I totally figured it would be something along the lines of the amount of Nick Fury as they had in the Nick Fury series. Wasn't a lot.
Okay. Well,
it was all the green guys with the 20 ears that looked like Spock with bad skin.
Okay. Well, what else do we have to say about it? What did you think about the Water Planet musical number sequence?
What did you think about it?
I have mixed feelings about it. It's kind of weird.
It was kind of warm and drippy, just like what. It was stupid. There's a lot of ways you could have done something to show that she married somebody for convenience.
Yeah, I mean she's married. She's a queen. She's like an island queen.
It's like a princess, it's like a queen.
It seemed a little sketch, but
I mean, an island queen would be all right if it wasn't the fact that the island was the only thing on your planet.
Okay, it looks like you got another AI
No.
Do you want to talk more about the AI?
No, that was last week's. It was just a piece of paper sitting there.
I bet the AI still doesn't understand what we're podcasting about.
I almost fed it one of the other ones I just put up, but I was like, I got to upload this. I don't have time to rewrite the about this show.
So I guess pretty much that brings us to the ending, which is Marvel's X-Men tie-in, the Marvels and the X-Men tie-in, and
that's what it seems like. I can't imagine they're trying to fake us out or anything, because you had both Beast, and then I guess I didn't look up. You have Monica Rambeau's mom, the original, whatever, Captain Marvel's buddy.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
The mother.
Yes.
And so I can't remember the suit that they showed her in. The right thing. That's I guess an actual X-Men.
Right. They're referring to her as Binary. Is her name?
Oh, is that what it is?
Binary.
Yeah, I didn't look it up because I didn't recognize it.
So I guess originally they wanted to make her the Phoenix, but they didn't. They made her a character called Binary, and she has powers, and that is her uniform. Yeah. So I don't know. And the other thing that I heard about that X-Men end credit scene was that Beast was all CGI. Mm-hmm. He was not. It was not a suit. It was CGI.
And
it looked a little weird.
You know what? I think you were completely schnookered.
Huh?
I think you were completely schnookered by the fact that it actually wasn't Kelsey Grammer.
I didn't know it at the time I watched it. No.
It was that good. I found out about it probably a couple, 3-4 days after we saw it. I was watching something else, and they were talking about how, Kelsey Grammer was back into it, but he wasn't even there. He just did the voice because I was like, what? It totally looked like somebody.
Yeah, well, it did look like him. It did look like a younger Kelsey Grammer.
Which is easy to do when you're putting him under that much,
right?
Rubber, blah, blah.
Yeah, no, so.
That was surprising. I didn't expect that at all.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about X-Men being tied to the Marvel Universe. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, they have been since the beginning. So in the comics, if you've ever seen anything, Chrissy Crossy, it's not a big deal. This goes back to our thing talking about Spider-Man and Sony and Marvel. Same thing.
Okay.
I mean, they're part of the same deal.
Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, I don't know really what to think about it, but it's fine, I guess.
Just breathe and let it happen.
Yeah.
Just breathe.
Well, I mean, it's
and let it happen.
It's heartening to know that what's his butt is going to be back as Wolverine. What's his butt? What is his name?
Guy Fieri?
No. Hugh Jackman. Hugh Jackman's going to be back as Wolverine. Wolverine. I saw him working out the other day. I saw a meme of him working
Wolverine,
out.
That's what you get those pantyhose in one of those little Wolverine eggs, right?
That's called legs eggs.
Oh, legs eggs.
Legs eggs.
Not Wolverine eggs.
And those are antiques now. They don't make them like that anymore.
Nope, they sure don't.
And I know because I had to get a legs egg for a prop last year.
I know we talked about it on one of our episodes.
Just like tonight, I had to get chain. I had to get quarter inch gold chain for Marley in A Christmas Carol. It was a lot of fun. Oh yeah, she looks cool. That's cool. Binary. She's got a Flurkin with her.
Does she?
Yeah, she's holding the cat.
All right up there.
Mm-hmm. We're looking at some comic book page, huh?
Just
Meet Captain Marvel's new binary.
Yep. And it's just some stuff from previous or a new cartoon.
Yeah, she's got a cool costume. It looks like she's kind of flares up, huh? Flares up.
She's like Johnny Storm.
Cool.
God, they're going to redo that again.
Really?
And did you hear who's going to be?
Oh, you mean Ghost Rider?
No.
Johnny Blaze?
No. No. I was going to say the Fearsome Foursome, but or the Awesome Foursome.
Well, no. Silver Surfer, the Fantastic Four. Well, they're always talking about redoing the Fantastic Four because they can't effing get it right. And you know that. They can't get it right.
Let me see if this comes up so that you freak your shit out.
Yeah, okay. Well,
Fantastic Four. Dun, 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 dun.
While you're looking that up, I'm just thinking about how lucky that woman is to be married to or engaged to Tom Hiddleston. Man, she is so lucky. Okay, what are we looking at here? Fantastic Four, Kevin Feige reportedly feared cast was too white before Pedro Pascal.
He's going to be Mr. Fantastic. Senor Fantastico.
Oh. Well,
Mr. Fantastic.
Who cares if the rock monster is white? No one's going to see him.
Mr. Fantastic. Oh, sorry.
Okay. Well, I'm happy to hear you singing. I enjoy that.
Okay, never mind.
Well, you can't fear the cast is going to be too white unless you cast
the point was just... sorry, the point about Pedro Pascal being Mr. Fantastic, though. Yeah. I mean, just that fact.
So he's the token Latino?
Someone's got to be.
That's absolutely terrible. Yeah, and he's amazing. I mean, everything he touches turns to gold. He's so wonderful.
Everything was to gold. La da da da
yeah.
da da.
Okay.
Da, da, da.
Well, have we sufficiently run through?
I think so.
Yeah,
it was yes.
So.
Yes.
So, well, that brings us to the season, possibly series finale of Loki.
Yeah, it's done.
Tonight it's done.
Loki's done. At least that's what they're saying. I mean, the series. Some are saying the individual. But I heard some news.
What is your news? Because I don't have it.
Okay. One of the news is... Oh, it's back to the fact that he was on Late Show. Mm-hmm. Was it last night? Yeah. Because it wasn't the Late Show. I'm sorry. It was that idiot on NBC.
What idiot on NBC? Jimmy Fallon?
Jimmy, yeah. That's what it was.
I didn't know.
And the only reason I was watching it was because he was on. And because I can't stand fucking Jimmy Fallon. But
I don't watch Jimmy Fallon either. I'm sorry.
So, but Tom Hiddleston was. Hiddlestain was.
Tom Hiddlestain.
They had people with questions that he would pose to him, and if he could answer whatever it was he'd answer without being in trouble.
Oh.
And so there were some things he answered and some things he wouldn't. But one was referred to another phase of the MC universe. Sorry, I'm just getting so fucking tired of time. Where Loki, because he asked me if he was gonna. Oh no, because they didn't. Yeah. Anyway, they still said something to the effect of having Thor come and basically break Loki out of universe jail.
Oh, really? Well, because I mean, basically, at the end of the road,
universe jail.
He spends the entire episode going back into time for centuries trying to fix the loom. Finds out
That's like several birthdays.
Then he tries to keep Sylvie from killing He Who Remains, and he can't really alter her course. And then he's talking to He Who Remains for a while, and he's figuring things out.
Well, because they've looped and had that same conversation over and over, slowly advancing a little bit each time.
Right. And so he gets to, pretty much, I don't know how, they don't really say how much time has elapsed. They don't.
Probably thousands of years. I mean, who the hell knows, right?
Right.
Because it doesn't matter.
But he decides, I got the power. He's like, I got the power.
You mean when he showed him that he had it?
Yeah.
Or when he was like, come. Oh, that was the same time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And he goes, come see me when you get some power.
He did a snap. Too. Snap. I got the power. And then he decided.
Bitch, do you know what a snap does in this fucking universe?
Yeah. He decided that he was going to take things into his own hands, and apparently what he did is he kind of just walked out onto that bridge, and we thought his clothes were just stripping off, but it was becoming like
you thought his clothes were stripping off.
I was waiting for
I know. I was looking at his clothes I was looking at his clothes shredding and multiplying.
Yeah, but it was kind of like for a second there I was like, we were going to see some chest. Yeah, it wasn't good. Chest. It wasn't sad.
Rewind to episode 1.
I mean, he's got more clothes on now than ever, so he gets, at least his sleeves are rolled up there for a while.
Well, I mean, it was a very, not archaic or tribal or whatever version of Loki. The old timey horns and kind of, I'm gonna say kind of raggedy.
Pagan.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, it definitely felt pagan when you realized that the time loom was becoming a tree, and that he was molding the branches together, the branches of the loom into the tree.
Right. I'm trying to remember I know you were calling it the one.
It's so in Norse mythology, the tree of life, which is what he created, is referred to as Yggdrasil. Yggdrasil is the tree of life in Norse mythology. And it is basically the world. It is the universe,
right.
Everything.
That part I know. But what did you call it?
Yggdrasil. It's spelled Ygrad.
Oh, see, in here, the same thing is called Jove's Oak in German.
Yeah, it has different. Different countries have different words for it.
But a very common thing with like trees being
life. Yeah.
Well, the tree of life. I mean, many different names. Yes.
Right.
People are always referring to the same kind of.
And in Christian,
what are they thinking of? They're thinking of the same. I don't want to say theology, but they're kind of thinking of the same metaphysical. I don't know. They're thinking of
so in Christian mythology, it's the tree of good and evil, and Adam and Eve, eat of the tree of good and evil. In Norse mythology, there are two characters called Lif and Lifthrasir, who are male and female, that after Ragnarok, the whole world is burned down to nothing, and then it starts over again with Lif and Lifthrasir as the two humans. So there are similarities to Norse and Christian mythology on that. And my favorite, I just have to bring this in here from I told you I took this class, I got a C in it, but I learned a lot. And there were so many characters in Norse mythology, but my favorite is a squirrel named Ratatosk, who runs up and down the branches of the Tree of Life delivering messages. So it delivers messages to Midgard and Nordgard and all these different levels.
You get tired.
Yeah, it's a squirrel. It's great. Ratatosk. Never forget that. I'm pretty sure I got that right on the test.
It makes me think rat-a-tat.
I mean, this instructor, he made us spell things right, and I don't know why I got a C. I loved that class. Absolutely loved it. I think I just didn't have time for it all that much, but it sure comes in handy when I'm watching the Thor movies. Sure comes in handy. And I did think it was a fantastic ending. I am glad he's God again.
Is that what you called it?
Yggdrasil, yes.
Okay.
Yggdrasil. Yggdrasil tree canon in the Marvel universe. Makes Yggdrasil canon. Which,
that's the tree you're talking about, right?
Yeah, they've referenced Yggdrasil in the Thor movies. It's been referenced. And quite frankly, if you were to actually talk about what was happening with the time variance and the loom and all that stuff, it could have been a Ragnarok considering what happened. Basically, the universe was ending. It could have been a Ragnarok. Or Ragnarok. Pronunciation.
There was no music.
Yeah, well, there was some fabulous music. Hey, there was some fabulous music in this episode. I would love to get the
music.
Soundtrack.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Well, because you mentioned at the very beginning that they had played the opening credit theme backwards, and that I didn't realize that they were doing that. That's cool.
No, that's not. That was not right. I read it. And I was like, what? And I went back and like, wow. But
weird. It was interesting. It was interesting to listen to.
Because everything's gone full circle and back to where it started. And
then they also, if you recognize the second sort of song, was Hooked on Classics. Dun-dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun-dun. Right.
Oh yeah.
Gotcha. That I loved Hooked on Classics. That really gave me a good laugh.
Do you think that episode is kind of like, I wrote this down, kind of like our podcast, especially that last episode?
Oh, the whole second season of Loki is like our podcast.
Especially that last episode. It had like 5 fucking endings in it.
Yeah, it did have a lot. It was like pick your own ending. It
right?
was like, well, it's multiverse.
Okay, but I got better stuff.
But we had. But I got to bring this in
and theory.
Okay, well,
but you do your thing first.
We had the very best comment, and I when I looked at him, and he was just. We said Tom Hiddleston would be an amazing Doctor Who because pretty much through this entire episode he was Doctor Whoing.
Because he was going around in the universe a gazillion times.
Yep. Yeah, and then Ouroboros, when he it wasn't Ouroboros that said that, it was Mr. Timely, right? He said you can't scale for infinity.
Yep, that's when he realized it.
Yep, and then they all looked dejected and
because the universe was about to peel apart. Oh dang! The crowd goes. Ooh.
So what do you? What you got? What you got? You're itching here.
Didn't the entire last scene? Or what? Now I'm afraid maybe it was so obvious because I haven't read this anywhere, and you didn't mention anything about it, and I'll probably sound like a.
Shush. Oh, look, Dot's agreeing with us.
I'm probably gonna sound like a complete idiot, but that whole conversation that he had with Morbius at the end, when he blinked from the end back to the beginning. And he's talking with him, and then he starts to kind of saying the thing you're going to do this, and you're going to do this, you do this. And then he just starts asking him questions, and Mobius is just giving him these answers that are, levels and level. It's like a strategic, it's like somebody who, it was like our architect in the Matrix.
Oh yeah.
Is the way it was, and like he's going, yes, this will happen, this and that. This is why you had to do this, and this is. I mean, talking about all this shit that he has gone through, supposedly having just met him. And saying that's why you had to do this, or that's why you know this had to die, or what all the different stuff that he was talking about, like on a board piece. I think Mobius was running the whole fucking thing, including Kang. I think Mobius.
That's an interesting theory.
Mobius was the guy on top, pulling every string there is to be sprung.
Well, so
because that conversation was too. We're not talking about what we're talking about now. We're talking about shit that me right now should not know is going to happen to you, and you're going to come back and talk to me about it.
Well, if I remember right from the first season of Loki, when the TVA nabbed Loki and they were trying to kind of like, they were trying to get him to conform. They were saying things to him like, you're a god, you should be basically better. I think that so when Loki was sitting there,
they were trying to get him to ask him if he was evil, or if he did it because he enjoyed hurting people.
Right. But
something about hurting people.
I feel like in that moment when so much time has elapsed and Loki has actually learned that he needs to become a better god. He needs to become a good god to save everything, because he said, I need to become the god that people want me to be, basically. And so he was listening to Mobius finally, maybe hearing him for the first time, like hearing what he was saying to him. You know, and
I think you're exactly right.
Yeah,
I think you're exactly right.
He was hearing it, and think how many centuries it took him to acknowledge that
But
fact.
he was also hearing it from somebody who shouldn't know stuff.
You think he was
that
the
they
architect.
knew at that point.
Well, one thing I think that they kind of dropped.
I completely agree with what you're saying.
Yeah.
That's absolutely.
So we can either look at it from the perspective that Loki had some self-awareness and became a better person, or we can look at it from an aspect of Mobius being the architect and making that happen.
Or we can look at it from the right direction.
Oh, what's the right direction?
Two things can be right at the same time.
Exactly, and I know
so you get rid of that or that you put. You said either from the left or the right.
Or just,
I think they both.
It both happened.
I think they both together are perfect.
Well, it's possible. Now, if we go back to the beginning and remember, Mobius had kind of a vague relationship with Renslayer. Remember, he kind of had a relationship
and
with
I
her?
would say he basically ended up kind of having a relationship with Loki too, just like Sylvie.
Okay, well.
With the love shack.
You know, the other day you told me I always make it about sex. So
this isn't about sex. I think they formed some kind of
a bond. Well, they all were friends. They were all friends.
The three of them, though.
I don't think that Loki.
I think it would like an asexual sexual.
Let's talk. They had some platonic friendships. That's great.
And I think yes. But to the level of somebody that you normally, emotionally wise, somebody you'd probably normally be sleeping with.
Loki and Sylvie, they loved themselves. That's the whole goofy part of that is they loved each other and they loved themselves because they are their self. But I don't think that I wish they had done more with Renslayer, because I felt like she was completely absent from this last episode. And wait on my theory here. We discovered in one of the previous episodes that Miss Minutes was the actual true villain, not Renslayer. But yet at the end of this episode, there's Miss Minutes. No issue with her being the bad guy. And Renslayer is basically stranded on the Loki planet. And how did she get there to the Loki planet too? I don't even know. I'm fuzzy on that.
Because the last time we saw her, she was in that conference room and she got trimmed.
She got trimmed.
Or pruned.
Yeah.
Which one is this? Did her prune get trimmed?
She did. She did.
Or does her trim look like a prune?
After she dissipated, that's when she landed on the Loki planet.
And she went from being, that's the last I remember seeing her. Because in the conference room, Jap.
But there's so they kind of, she was a villain and she got her just desserts, but Miss Minutes, she just gets to continue being Miss Minutes.
Well, they gave her a reboot.
They rebooted her. That's right. They did shut her off. She
went down to 16-bit and 8-bit
Yeah.
and no bit.
But we don't know what happened to He Who Remains or Kang at all.
Well, they've got them all pruned. Remember, that was the last thing that what was her name? C-54. Oh, we don't have her on here. Anyway, when she went and she talked to, was it? Oh, yeah, she went and talked to Mobius because she threw the file because he said, how many more He Who Remains do we, or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just this one, and he doesn't know we exist yet, so they're doing, like, shutting it down.
Right.
So somehow or another, they were able to reverse engineer stuff very conveniently to be able to write somebody out of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Who's Ben Nutty.
Yeah, and that's
yeah.
I'm struggling with this. So Jonathan Majors, are you saying he's a rapist? Is what he's done, or sexual harassment, or what was he accused
I'm saying
of?
he got his peanut butter on my chocolate.
Oh,
or did I get my peanut butter
God.
on his? Did I get my peanut butter on his?
Oh no, that's like just no. Oh, so that's worse than me talking about pooping green. That's worse than me pooping green. Okay.
Marvel reportedly moving away from Jonathan Majors.
He was on an episode of The View not that long ago. I'm surprised.
Maybe that's when it happened.
I'm surprised they invited him on an episode of The View.
Marvel Studios abandoned Jonathan Majors and Kang storyline.
Well, is it scandal, or has he been convicted of these things?
Scandalous. It's scandalous. Yeah, they even got rid of the writers that they had hired for.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Crazy. Well. Yeah, he did something he was supposed to do. No, I can't.
Okay.
No, I can't find it. Babe. Yeah, they're just still talking about getting rid of him for what he did, that they're not saying what he did, but I think his BB got him into trouble.
Wow. Well.
Domestic violence case.
I am.
So that's even worse. Well, not worse. I can't say that. I retract it because that doesn't make any sense. But police responded to a 911 call involving about March 25th. Law enforcement reported he and his girlfriend had been fighting in a cab about text messages from another woman. And there it started. She was taken to the hospital with minor head and neck injuries. That's one of my favorite songs. Smack that bitch up. Smack that bitch up.
Whoa. I'm so sorry. Listeners. we might. Hot banana. Okay. Hot banana. I don't agree with that.
I can't believe you remember
wow.
that.
Banana. Well, it's supposedly the safe word. Yeah. Okay. So
I told you he was naughty. I told you he was naughty.
Not the person that we wanted him to be seriously, and not right what he did. I wonder what happens. What happens to people that are like mega stars like this, and then they do something.
They buy mega judges and mega lawyers and get mega tiny. What I'm looking at when you get in trouble.
Yeah, when you get in trouble.
Mega tiny punishments.
Oh, you think you just got a slap on the wrist? Well, but no. I mean, if Disney isn't hiring you, that word gets around, right? Marvel, you're done.
Nope.
We were going to make 65 movies about you, but you don't get any now. I kind of hope why don't they just, so when this shit happens, why don't they just recast? Why don't they just recast?
Maybe, who knows? I get your point, but we've had this recasting discussion like 5 times. It all goes back to Harrison Ford and the Indians.
I know. Well, certainly they don't. You brought that up again. Really?
Because it was the same conversation.
Indian.
Because it was so funny.
Indiana. It's pretty close.
It is. But it was the same. It was
you just won't let that go.
No,
it's like
it was the same podcast when we were talking about the same things.
No, I said Indiana. I said Indy. I was trying to say Indy because that's what people call him all the time. Indy.
This is my favorite version of the story yet.
Wow.
Keep going. You're doing awesome.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well.
Seriously, because you're making a very good point because he's only been in a teeny tiny bit of movies, right? It's not like he hasn't even been in, wait a minute, he was in.
Who are you talking about?
Jonathan Majors.
Oh, Jonathan Majors?
Because you were talking about why not just recast him.
Yeah. Well,
and I said, really, maybe it wouldn't be such a big deal because he hasn't really had a whole heck of a lot of screen time.
He was
in the whole
Quantumania. He was in the Ant-Man.
He was in Quantumania.
He was in Quantumania.
See, I was thinking
he was
Guardians.
In Loki.
I was thinking the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah. So I don't know.
So he actually has, a couple full movies and then the TV show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it depends upon what you think is cheaper. Writing somebody out and changing.
What they really just need to do is just bench Kang for a while. That's all they need to do. And then, 3-4 years from now, no one's going to remember who was Kang anyway, and they'll have a new one out there.
Yeah, it'll be, everybody that was in the first Marvel movie will be dead.
And once again, I do feel like based on what he did, it was a good idea. We don't want to reward people who have hurt others, by giving them superstardom. Yeah, we don't want to do that.
Yeah, and I don't. It's still active.
Okay, that's unfortunate.
Looks like it. Because because he filed a complaint back to her, and this is crazy. How has the public responded? How do you think everybody's already tried him and convicted him?
Well, I will say this: Johnny Depp got dragged through the mud, and at the end of the day, we found out it was Amber Heard that was mostly the problem.
That's kind of my point.
That's kind of what happens.
That's what I'm saying.
Sometimes.
Let the trial actually play out before being judged.
Right.
Because you never know.
Right. It's all just a spin doctor thing. Is what it turns out to be.
And but the thing that's sad about it is just literally how you could just destroy somebody's career and everything just literally overnight.
Yeah,
of course,
much.
up till that point, he still made more money than I ever will. Trump. So I guess I'm not too worried. I should burn the fucker, hang him.
What's we got next?
I have an observation.
Oh, an observation about Loki.
And it's about the end, actually,
with him just sitting there on the throne staring off.
And that's part of it. But you got to back up a little bit. And it's even more appropriate, I think, because Obi is in there. The last 5 minutes when they were going through everything, didn't that feel just a little bit about everything, everywhere, all at once?
Oh, well.
To me, it kind of had that almost feeling of the way, because she was flashing through all those different lives, and multiple characters were, including Obi. But it just had that feeling as it was going, kind of kept rotating about every second from a different scene to a different scene to a different scene. And it just felt it was like, so I wrote it down. I said, this feels very everything everywhere all at once-y to me.
Of course, we're in a multiverse. We're always in a multiverse now. So.
Just the way they did it, I guess is what I was saying. The feeling, I'm not saying they ripped anything off. I don't mean like that. I mean, kudos to it. It made it. It kind of made the end of it. I thought it was very cool. It just made me.
Well, I did. I do find it interesting that he's just sitting there. Is he just sitting there staring and holding everything together, or is he actually manipulating people?
He is controlling the flow of every one of those timelines.
So you know what he is? He's Bran from Game of Thrones.
Oh my God. I was actually just kind of coming
to grips. He's in the tree. He's Bran.
I was just kind of coming to grips with how they did the ending, and you had to fucking ruin it with that little pipsqueak.
Yeah. No. So I have heard people.
That's right.
I didn't read a lot of things about, because I was trying to avoid spoilers on Loki. I'm glad I avoided spoilers, but I did see a reference comparing God Loki to Odin, which I didn't read in depth.
Oh, that would be interesting.
But I think Odin, actually, and I could be wrong about this in regards to the myth, but I think Odin is hidden in the tree, and he is the eye, and then his sort of familiars, the ravens, fly out from the tree because ravens represent Odin. And so I think they did kind of a direct kind of representation of that. The All-Father type situation. But
Yggdrasil?
Within Yggdrasil, yeah. But I could be wrong with that, because again, I told you I got
Does that sound like something you use that you would get as an ointment?
Here's my Yggdrasil bomb.
And you would kind of, put it somewhere.
Yeah, right. Oh,
when nobody else was around.
Oh, you mean like for your hemorrhoids or something? It could be. Like that?
Hey, we are people. We have all kinds of cracks and crevices. That might need some Yggdrasil. Here, put a little Yggdrasil on.
I'm so sick of that Lume ad. Have you heard that? She's like,
you can put it on your armpits and private parts.
Yeah, you can put it on your crack.
It's Yggdrasil.
She's always talking about how you can put Lume on your crack. It's like, where? What?
On your crack and back.
Yggdrasil. Yeah.
My back. Put my lick my money.
Okay, Fidel. Yeah, okay, Fidel. Fidel's putting Yggdrasil on crack. That's funny. One thing I'll say is we will see Loki again because Tom Hiddleston loves Loki. He's going to be Loki till the day he dies, just like Hugh Jackman's going to be Wolverine till the day he dies. He's going to be like Gray Wolverine. He's going to be like Senior Citizen Wolverine. AARP Wolverine.
AARP Wolverine. I like that.
Yeah.
Oops.
So, what's coming up?
I'm trying to stop this.
Well, I did say a while back we needed some sound effects to jazz things up, so. Oh, no. Yeah, I really hate that.
There, we got that crack taken care of with some.
Is that WAP song?
With some Yggdrasil.
Is that WAP? Is that what we were listening to? What was that?
No, it's called My Neck, My Back.
Oh, well, who sings that?
That's not the good one. That's
sings that.
Kia or somebody. Yeah.
Oh, it's not Lizzo. Because if it's Lizzo, she's gonna fucking hunt us down and kill us.
No, it's not Lizzo.
We're gonna die if that's Lizzo.
But the best one is what do you call that? Like folk music or whatever. There's this a comedian. I wouldn't do that because this wouldn't be her.
Boy, that's narrowing it down. Folk music.
Well,
what's that folk music? Well,
Elle King.
Oh, Elle. Okay, she's blues. She's not folk. I like her.
She does her own version of this. This is the first version I had ever heard.
Oh, okay. Well, I wasn't aware she sings about pussy either. I don't like her as much anymore.
Oh, the P word. The P
You know
word.
who her dad is, right?
It's my neck, my back.
You know who her dad is, right?
Lick my. A BB King?
Yeah, Elle King. No, it's not BB King. He's black. She's
I don't
white.
know. I've never seen her. I mean, that's what's playing for the whole song. I guess there's a person in there. Well, she's very white.
Her dad was on Saturday Night Live. He was making copies, and he's the.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's in a lot of movies.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
His name is escaping me now. He's a funny comedian.
Yeah.
He actually came here to town a while back. I would have liked to have gone and see him. He did 2 shows at the Bell. Yeah. Making copies, chopping some broccoli. Remember that?
I do, but I don't.
That was fun. I liked him on SNL, and I'm just gonna type in Elle King's dad.
It's Rick Meister.
Elle King's
Rob
dad
Schneider.
is Rob Schneider. Yep. He is. I like Rob Schneider. He's funny.
Just making some copies.
Yeah. Making copies.
Here, let me go.
I think you ruined my flow. You ruined my flow.
I've never touched your flow.
Well, I don't got it anymore because I had a hysterectomy 2 years ago. But you ruined my psychological flow.
Oh, for Pete's sakes.
I mean, I know we had absolutely nothing to talk about, which is why we were freelancing there.
I had notes.
You had notes.
Those are my notes. Fuck you.
I know.
That's my notes.
I'm so sorry.
Well,
you know what we're doing? We're just freelancing. Hot banana.
Let's refer back to your notes. What else do you got there in your notes?
That was
it. See my point exactly.
No, but they were big things. I mean, the whole thing was going full circle. Mobius was running everything.
Mobius was the architect.
And it was like a new ending for everything, everywhere, all at once. And the episode is like our podcast. They had about 5 different endings.
The AI is going to be like, they asked me again, and I'm like, what?
Nah, that was funny the first time I did it, but I'm not going to do it again.
They're talking about worm fruit. The AI will be like, they mentioned worm fruit. I didn't know we were supposed to make bananas hot. And plantains are really what we eat hot. That's really it's a plantain.
Why are you fucking up my recording?
I don't know. You can edit it out. You can hot banana it out. Just hot banana it out.
It's not funny. That's like doing the emergency services squeal across town and having it not be real.
Oh yeah. What?
That fucker went off today.
What?
Your emergency service?
Yeah,
another fucking crazy old person that doesn't know where they are.
So let's have some compassion,
people
please.
Of old people's homes, would you please get some fucking laws?
Oh jeez. Well,
the inmates are fucking running the asylum.
Well, hey, how about what happened the other day? Speaking of old people, Bernie Sanders had to talk down a possible fight on
a
Capitol
5-year-old
Hill.
and a 7-year-old in front of the Senate.
The Oklahoma senator's like, you stand up.
And he fucking stands up.
You know who he was talking to? This is very disturbing to me.
He was talking to a head of labor union.
Teamsters. I'm like, don't fucking mess with them. We need to get our shit. That guy could shut everything down. He could be like, we're not transporting nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, what the hell? Bernie, that's what's so funny. Everyone around here thinks that octogenarians can't get anything done. Bernie can tell people to shut the fuck up. Bernie's got enough zip in his crotch.
You don't want to. How do you know it's fucking zipping in Bernie Sanders' crotch?
I was trying to say that he was feisty. It didn't come out right. But he's got his
Look at his fucking hair, for Christ's sakes. Think about what his crotch is fucking. Talk about a mess.
Well,
my God! This is back to the fucking hairy balls.
He had enough
gummy bears.
I mean, nobody can tell that octogenarian he doesn't have enough spunk.
Well, at least the one thing you could hear him say, "You're." He goes, "You're a U.S. senator.
You are a U.S. senator," but that doesn't matter to someone who's from Oklahoma who wants to get scrappy with the Teamster.
He's obviously planning on running for something else.
Yeah,
and that's the way of fucking. The New Republic nowadays.
Yeah.
Be a total fucking prick, and then your constituents will love. He actually said that. I saw a thing of that. He said, my constituents would get angry if I didn't try to fight him.
That's terrible.
I fucking saw that. I saw
I
that.
mean, okay, it's Oklahoma. I can honestly, I could see our state acting like that too. I could.
I actually, as much as our fucking Yahoo senators are and our representative, I can't see him ever go on, "Oh, you want to fight? You want to fight?"
I could see Kevin Kramer standing up and say, "I'll fight you on this."
Oh, where the fuck?
I can see it. I can't see Hoven doing that. Hoven's a class act. I can't see Hoven doing that. I can see Kevin Kramer getting scrapped.
For his Oklahoma values.
I'd like to see Kevin Kramer get shut down by Bernie Sanders. That would be awesome.
That'd be awesome.
That would be awesome.
Oklahoma values. And he says, if I didn't do that, people in Oklahoma would be pretty upset at me.
So
I represent Oklahoma values. Oklahoma, you're fucking retarded.
Oklahoma are pugilistic. They're like pugilistic values.
My guess is most of the people in Oklahoma are just as nice as most of the people everywhere else.
Oklahoma, where the wind
you always got a couple fucking shit bags. That just whatever.
Oklahoma.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So they just brought the dogs down. Look, the dog showed up.
I got the dog riled up. She wants me to smack her rump. That's what she wants.
Okay, where are we at this? Have we hit the pop talk yet?
Yeah, it's a long time ago. We are winding down.
We got to work on our intros.
Here's the deal. Remember, we have absolutely nothing left to talk about, so now we're just we're free balling it.
I'm done free balling it.
So
okay, this is where Nancy says, "Thanks for listening."
That's when I say, if you are still here, thank you for sticking around. My name is Nancy.
I'm Scott.
And we will see you on the flip side.
Thanks, everybody.
In the tree, in Yggdrasil. We're going to find you in Yggdrasil.
You need some Yggdrasil. That looks like it burns.
Yeah, you can put Yggdrasil on your crack.
Goodbye.